Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194 and appreciate you stopping by my channel to check out my video. And we are here at Brands Hatch. And I know there's some people that would like a setup for the Porsche at Brands Hatch. So I got it straightened out from last week where the car was just ill handling, and made some pretty good adjustments, and now it's running like it should. So let's make a few laps and then we'll go over the setup. Put on. Go. Laps. Of course, here I'm usually going off of this second cone back here. Let's start back over, right? Coming up that second one right there, right where this marker is right here, that's what I'm usually going off of for my brake marker. Of course, I'm wide, and then I just cut it down. Inside. Don't really want to hit the curb, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. Here I'm using basically the bridge or this marker for my brake marker. All the way down to first. Watch that curb on the inside. And then I'm using the end of this curbing for my brake marker here. And again, it's just to hit the brake and then go. And everything you want to do here at Brands Hatch, you want to late apex as much as you can. And of course, right here, I'm using this. Usually, that's between here and this curbing up here, but usually that's way too late. So it's usually right past this marker here on the guardrail here. Try to pull it in close, and then just right to the edge. I use this as a marker here. It's just right before it, and downshift twice down to fourth, and carry as much speed through here as I can. And then right here, I try to use this brake marker right here, and I kind of changed my lineup through here because I've noticed that it's too bumpy the way I used to. So I try to the right side of the car here, the right side, I try to aim for this curbing here. So I try to late apex this. Again, almost everything with Brands Hatch, you want to late apex, because if you early apex it, you're going to run wide coming off, and you're going to run, and any grass here just sucks you right off. So you want to late apex it so you can drive coming off, and you're not going to worry about running off the track. So I try to late apex this and put my right wheels on right around these curbing, and it's the smoothest, so it doesn't upset the car as much either. See right there, I mean, I'm a little off, but that's what I'm trying to do. And then that way your left sides will be on this other curbing or a little over it, and it's a lot smoother than banging all over the place. the same thing with this one up here. I try to do the same thing. I try to use this as my brake marker, and actually again try to late apex it. Stay out here and then cut it in. So again, you're not going to run into that grass, which I've done before. You cut it in early, and either you hit the bumps and it upsets the car, or if you survive that, then you end up running off into the grass. And then of course I use this as my brake marker also, and again the same thing. I try to late apex it so I can get as much speed through these corners as I can. Same thing with this. I use this marker here, or just past it. Usually it's right, I'm just going past it as I'm getting on the brakes. I usually just coast it through there for a second or two and then get back on the gas. That was a 124.10. So, real happy with that. Let's take a look at the setup. So it was like a 124.15 and a 124.10, and they were 124.30s and 20s, and I had all over the place. So let's go back and look at I think there's a 23 in it. It's just a matter of having the right conditions and race setup, maybe a little drafting help down the hill. It would run a 23 probably almost for sure. I was close a couple times and messed a lap up to where I could have been in a 23 just the way it is. But the tires, I got 26.1 the left front and the left rear, 27.5 the right front, and 27.1 the right rear. The toe is negative 0.1, and the camber is negative 3.5 on the left front and negative 3.4 on the right front. The caster is 11, and on the rear the toe is 0.15, and the camber is negative 2.5 on the left rear and negative 2.4 on the right rear. Electronics are 3, 5, and 3. And the fuel, I had 65 liters starting off with the number 1 brake pads. There was a little bit of light graining, but I'm not really worried about it because it should hold a good, all the laps I was doing, it was keeping the same within a few tenths. And actually, it was a little bit light graining, but when I'd made some adjustments, and it seemed to be better after I made some alignment adjustments. The anti-roll bar was 5. The brake bias is 56. Steer ratio is 11 all the way down. The springs in the front are 127,000. The bump stop rate is 1,000 on the left front and 900 on the right front. The bump stop range is 1. And on the rear, the springs are 174,500 with a bump stop rate of 600 on the left rear and 500 on the right rear. And the bump stop range is 5 on the left rear and 8 on the right rear. Anti-roll bar is 4, and the preload on the diff is 40. The shocks on the front are 8, 6, 11, and 9, and on the rear they're 8, 5, 12, and 10. Aero at 56 for the ride height in the front, 74 in the rear, with a 3 on the splitter in the front and a 10 rear wing, and a 4 and a 3 in the brake ducts, with a 0.7 to the positive for the front aero variation. And that's the setup for Brands Hatch for the Porsche 911. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to support the channel and hit the bell so you're notified of any other new videos that come out. And please, it makes a big difference, especially with me doing these setup videos, if you all like them or not. If you have any suggestions, anything that you would like to see, comments or feedback are great. I always love those. And I hope you come back and visit real soon. Y'all take care. See ya.